Hello, fellow explorers. Welcome to Siren Soapbox. We are on a mission to explore, and tonight we are going to do some exploring about our upcoming episodes. This is our pre-dive. So, in the world of scuba diving, a pre-dive is when you get together with all the other divers and talk about your dive plan, what you're going to do, what you want to see, when you're going to turn around, that kind of stuff. And that's us. We're coming up with our dive plan for the rest of 2023 and January of 2024.
Oh, can't believe it's December already.
I know. It's crazy. All right, so we are recording this on December 11th, and it probably won't be, I know for a fact it won't be released until January 20 or December 29th. So by the time you, fellow explorer, are listening to this, it's going to be almost the new year, like a couple days away. So happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Hope you had a great Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. All right, girls, I have a lot of ideas for upcoming episodes.
Oh gosh.
Uh-oh.
I think
Why
you
is she
guys,
wringing her hands like a
I
supervillain?
know.
I know. I think you guys know about all of them already, so this shouldn't come as any huge surprise. And I think we talked about this next one on our last episode. But next week we're going to explore recipes that are at least 150 years old. Tracy, why are you rubbing your eyes?
I don't know.
I thought you were rubbing your eyes because you don't want to make a recipe.
I
Well,
told
I
Ben
do.
about this and he's excited.
Oh, is he?
Really?
I love it when he gets excited about episodes.
Yeah, me too.
Huh. I haven't even told Dino about it. I'll let you know what he says.
Sarah, you said you printed stuff out already.
I did, and in fact, what I printed out was something that I researched a little bit not long after we first talked about this. So long ago, actually, that I kind of forgot all about it. But I found something that is related to something that goes back at least, according to the paperwork, 30,000 years.
What?
Whoa.
What?
I know, right? So, bet you all can't wait to hear about that.
Yeah, that's a
Can't
cliffhanger.
wait.
It is. In fact, but the people that are listening to this, when will we release that episode? If we're recording that episode on the 18th, will that be released before Christmas? So our listeners may be thinking, no, we're going to release this in January.
Yep. So
Okay.
the 150-year-old recipe episode will be released January 12th or 13th.
Gotcha.
All right, here's the thing. If you have been a fan of the show from the very beginning, you know that we release episodes on Fridays. Except for the last few months when everything has been loosey-goosey in my world and episodes get released on Saturday now. So that's what happens. That's why I said 12 or 13, because it's either going to be Friday or Saturday.
She's not committing.
That's right. It's a mystery. I don't even know.
Huh. So we have like one of our favorite foods on the island, and they're on lots of different islands, are Johnny cakes. And so I just looked it up, and Johnny cake is from 1739.
Oh, that's at least 150 years old.
I know. It's exciting.
If you do that, you have to make some at the end of January. I'm just saying.
There's a similar one called a hoe cake. Maybe we can make hoe cakes while you're here.
Good. Or bring
So-
the recipe and we'll do it when you're here.
So I just found a recipe for Oma's apple kuchen, which seems an awful lot like the Polish apple kuchen. I think that's how you say it. That's more than 150 years old, and it uses Granny Smith apples, and it's super delicious and buttery and gooey and tasty. I think this is going to be fun. I'm wondering if 150 years is going to make it challenging enough.
I don't know. I went back 30,000. I'm just saying.
Sarah has set the benchmark.
Maybe we'll have bonus points for oldest.
Oh, so here's one. This is green tomato pie. I feel like that's not something that I have ever been served. I know I have never been served green tomato pie. So maybe I'll stick to recipes that were popular 150 years ago, but have sort of died out over time.
Well, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
That, re-
Well,
that
I wonder
reminds me of
if they're
fried green
similar.
tomatoes.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I wonder if they're similar to
Oh,
fried green tomatoes. I love them.
Hmm. Yeah, I eat those a lot.
I've been
Well,
craving
I
Indian
don't.
food, so maybe I need to see how old naan is.
Ah,
I bet it's pretty old.
I bet it is too.
Yeah, I bet it is. All right, so that
All
episode's
right,
going to be
what?
fun. Well, this is for next Monday. So that'll be just in time for you guys to perfect your 150-year-old recipe for your holiday celebration.
and we could take videos of ourselves making our recipes, and that could be some really interesting Patreon content.
I
That's true.
love that. I love that. I want to
Is
host a
that your
cooking
favorite
class.
idea ever?
It's my favorite idea ever. I want to do a cooking show through Patreon. That
That'd
would
be
be
awesome.
fun.
Mhm.
All right. We'll
I can
we'll
get to
plan that.
watch it. I can get to watch it.
That's right. You're a subscriber. Thanks, Sarah.
If we put it on Patreon and record it, then maybe I can actually join because usually you do it in the middle of the night for me.
No, that's true. That is a good point, Jess.
There are alarms, Jess. You just set an alarm.
You
Yeah,
think I'm going to be like up and cooking for one, cooking and me,
right.
but also at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. for me.
Well, what I say is you wake Ben up, you both make some middle of the night cocktails, let Ben do the cooking, you be his sous chef, and chitty chitty chat chat with your girlfriends while he does all the hard work.
Sounds
I do
fair.
like that plan.
I see
Yeah.
a plan. I see a plan come together.
Hmm. I am a problem solver. That's what I do.
Now for Ben, you're not.
I'm a problem creator for Ben. Okay, so next week, 150-year-old recipes. The week after that is Christmas. And I know we all celebrate Christmas and we are all taking that night off. So no episode then. The week after that is New Year's Day. And I am not working that day either. So another break. So we're going to be off for 2 weeks. And then when we come back on January 8th, the big show for the first episode, well, for the first episode recording of the new year, juggling.
Oh my God.
Tracy looked at me like, that is so stupid.
I can juggle.
All right, well, I cannot. We don't
But
have
I
to
think
do,
it's a good episode.
you do?
Do
Okay.
it.
I was going to say, we don't
Yeah,
have
I
to
have
do that
stories
either.
to
That was
tell.
just something that I wanted to try.
I'll have to find
I
something
have
during the
stories to
talk,
tell.
or I'll have a black eye.
So one of my favorite Mark stories is that we were out at a bar one night and I don't know, I think a bartender was juggling limes and Mark was like, I can do that. And I was like, no, you can't. He was like, yeah, I can. And we got back to my house and he juggled limes in my kitchen. And
I'm going to start with wine bottles.
oh, that's smart.
Good start. Oh my gosh.
That's
Wow.
a good
Let me know
idea.
when. I'm gonna warn Bill.
No fair.
I feel like there is a really strong correlation between juggling and math skills.
Hmm.
And my major in college was math. And every time I went to a conference, people brought their juggling balls to conferences. And so there was lots of juggling going on in conferences during my undergraduate work. It's a thing.
That is weird.
Now I don't have any stories for the episode. I've already told them all.
We basically just recorded that episode.
Yeah, so juggling's done. We'll just pull this out and release that as an episode.
I lucked out there.
Um, that is the craziest thing I've ever heard, Tracy. A whole bunch of mathematicians. I know you're not a mathematician, but showing up to juggle.
Well, I totally am a mathematician. I have a degree in mathematics.
I guess you are a mathematician.
So
Huh.
yeah, they do juggle. And I also can juggle. And it's a thing. Maybe we can take a poll. Are you good at math? Do you juggle?
I am good at math. I'm not a mathematician, but I am pretty good at math. So I wonder if I'll be good at juggling.
I mean, what makes a mathematician? I'm going to Google that because I think you're being very exclusive with your terminology. Why are you
Well,
so exclusive?
you said that
Why are
you
you?
were a mathematician because you have a degree in mathematics, but I do not. So I consider myself not a mathematician.
I did not say that. I simply said I am a mathematician. And then I added I have a degree in mathematics. But I didn't say because in the
That's
middle.
that is a qualifier that should be specified. So you win that one, Tracy.
I'm just sitting here trying to decide what color balls I want.
Um,
They're really important questions.
yeah, it was super important. I thought I was just gonna start with scarves.
Okay, total sidebar. I use this tool called Toby, Toby. And Toby, it like manages tabs for you and you can create collections. So all of my regular internet usage is organized through this tool called Toby. I don't know if this is Toby's fault. It's got to be Toby's fault. It can't be Chrome's fault. But every so often, my default search engine goes back to Yahoo, and I have to go into my settings and change it back to Google. And yes, that's a sidebar, but it just happened because I'm trying to Google a definition of mathematician. But before I can do that, I have to change my search engine.
That's
Toby, I'm trying
annoying.
to Google definition of mathematician, not Yahoo
Yeah,
That's right.
definition of mathematician.
that's right. Nobody says I'm gonna
Right.
go Yahoo that. Let me Yahoo that for you.
Let me Yahoo that. Can you Yahoo that for me? No,
Consult the
stupid
Yahoos.
search engine. And then when I change it, I delete Yahoo. I completely delete it, and now it's back.
You know what?
Apparently, Toby and Yahoo have a thing going on.
Oh, what if they're
I'm
having an
sure that they
affair?
do. I'm sure that they do.
That's it. That's what's happening.
How does everyone else feel about juggling?
I have tried juggling and I'm terrible at it, but I will try it again.
Same.
Yay.
I'm really excited as I sit here choosing the color of my balls.
So I bought
Are they
everybody on
blue?
my team. I bought my team stress balls for Christmas, and it came in like an 18 pack, and I only have 6 people on my team. So I have a lot of extra. So now I can go through and I can also choose the color of my balls because they are multicolored stress balls.
Hmm.
You know,
All
I'm pretty
right.
sure my son juggles, so maybe this could be an excuse to bond with my kid.
I know Will juggles. He's done it before, and he's great at math. He's
Oh,
an engineering degree.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm also terrible at math, so
Mathematician, an expert in or student of mathematics. I'm probably
Now,
neither of those things anymore,
hmm,
but I can juggle.
but I can juggle.
What's the craziest thing you've juggled?
Well, I'm not really good at juggling. I just can juggle. And so the
Hmm.
craziest thing I've juggled are balls.
Oh my gosh.
are we going to be able to do this episode, or are we just going to be giggling like
Listen,
eight-year-old boys the
I
entire
was
time?
I was
Oh,
gonna say
about
12-year-old,
balls.
I want to
12-year-old
get good
boys.
enough to be able to juggle bottles of wine.
That's a goal, Sarah. Maybe are you gonna put that on your vision board for 2024? Juggle wine bottles. Oh, total sidebar again. Is anybody going to make a vision board for 2024?
Probably not.
No.
We have
I
lots of no's going on.
Yeah, lots of head shakings. I haven't decided yet. I've had a vision board for the last 2 years, and the first year I feel like maybe I got some benefit from it, but this year I don't know that it helped me all that much. So I'm gonna have to spend some time reflecting I do that a lot, like the last week of the year. I'll do some reflecting on the year and make some goals for the next year. So I'll have to see if I thought it helped me. I'm on the fence, leaning towards no. So we may have 100% Siren Soapbox ditching the vision boards for 2024.
I just feel like I have a hard enough time getting all the other stuff done and actually doing the things, but to actually then take the time to make a nice, pretty board to talk about the things that I'm not doing that I should be doing, I have to prioritize where I put my efforts.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I agree.
Here's
All
a
right.
quote I was talking about. It's Mark Twain. He says, 20 years from now, never mind. That's not it at all.
Just
Not
kidding.
I'm going to keep on looking.
Damn it, Toby.
But here's this one. It's amazing what ordinary people can do if they set out without preconceived notions. I don't know. I feel like I'm developing a whole different attitude about having preconceived notions and big goals. And I wonder if that's really the best way to live.
That's interesting. I think that would be an interesting discussion.
I find that when you get to the end, like I'll remember the episode that we did where we looked back to see how we had done with our vision board goals over the course of the year. And it can be a little demoralizing when and I think that the Rachel Letham, I think it was, that we were with, that talked a lot about the vision boards. I mean, I think it was great talking about all these things and going over them. And I think she was very careful to say that even if you don't accomplish the goal, it's still, progress, not perfection and everything and what have you. But I found it a little demoralizing at the end of the year to look back and think, oh yeah, look at all those things I thought I might get done or do, and crap, I didn't get that done. And sometimes the more tasks you set for yourself, and it can be demoralizing when you don't hit them. I don't need demoralizing.
I found it fascinating how many of the goals I was no longer even interested in or weren't even on my path. And I wondered if setting those kind of goals so far in advance limits what you do in your life. That might be amazing because you feel like you feel like you should be reaching to achieve a certain goal that you set a year ago when you were a different person.
That's interesting. And true. I was looking at my vision board the other day, and most of the stuff that I have on there is just sort of relates to family and that kind of stuff, but and the podcast. But it is different. Like I no longer desire to I love this show, but I don't need it to be nominated for podcast awards. It'd be great if it were, but it's not. I don't want, to Sarah's point, to not achieving, if because we didn't achieve that this year. I don't want that to feel bad for me for next year. So
Right.
I don't know. I love the show, and we're going to keep doing it even if we don't get nominated as best podcast of the year on iHeartRadio.
Like if you just Google disappointment caused by, then the majority of what you'll find is having unfulfilled expectations or having preconceived notions of what should be, or concentrating more on what should be than what is. And so it's interesting because at one point in our history as a podcast, we said, don't say should. And yet, how can you, I mean, should and should be is a big part of a vision board, isn't it? I don't know.
Or see, I don't know if it's should necessarily, but could. You could be.
Right.
So I think that's different because should, in my mind, like should is just swathed in regret. And could, I feel like is more hope. I don't know.
Oh, so you're saying a vision board is more about what could be.
Yes.
It is when you create it. It's not when you look at it 1 year later.
Well, that's perspective. If you look at it 1 year later and you think, well, I didn't accomplish these things, but that's okay because that's not who I am anymore, then you're not filled with regret and you don't look at it from your shoulds, I guess, from a should perspective. So just,
But it just makes me wonder, what good is it? Like, if
yeah,
you're not, I mean, why do it?
yeah.
I don't know.
This could be a whole episode about or conversation about like goal setting and stuff. Do you set goals at all? Are they more short term?
I do set goals, but I'm just saying that more recently I'm questioning the value of setting goals.
Oh, I see. Altogether.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, because sometimes a goal can become the determiner of your path if you are that set on making it happen long after maybe you realize it's not the best path. I mean, I don't know. Like, I think about some of the goals I've set and how those goals really dictated a direction of my life. When I decided to live on board a boat, that took over my life for well over a year because that became the thing that I had to accomplish. Was it the best thing for me? I mean, I don't have any regrets about it, but I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like
I don't have the answers.
I've seen this a lot in the medical field where, somebody goes into medicine because that's their goal. They want to be a doctor. They want to do this and it's their goal. And to the detriment of anything else, they pursue that goal. And then because that's a fairly difficult goal to achieve and it takes a lot of time. I mean, anybody that could become a doctor if they wanted to, it takes just a lot of time and commitment. And then they get there and realize, well, shit, this isn't really what I wanted because, being a doctor changes over time. And it's certainly changed an awful lot since I went into it. And, you're training all that time and then you realize, oh, wow, this is not even what I really wanted.
Not only that, but if that person also is taking out student loans, now they have $150,000 worth of student loans they have to pay back. So now they have to be a doctor or else they can't afford the payments.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But Mara, I really liked your perspective on it, changing the should to a could. And the way I really like your perspective on even the looking back on the things that weren't accomplished. I thought that was a very smart and mature way of looking at it.
Well, thanks, Sarah. If I am anything, I am smart and mature.
Wait a minute.
She can't even get it out.
There. Hold on. Let me rethink that.
I just want to be clear. I'm not laughing at the smart part. I'm laughing at the other part. And I'm wondering how many people really describe you that way.
I'm laughing at the fact that she couldn't get it out.
Yeah, I would like everybody to point out that Mara was the first one that started laughing as she said the word mature.
Yes.
Mara said it with a straight face and mostly meant it, the mature part even, because it was a very mature comment to make, but.
Thank you. Oh, that was fun. All right.
All right, what's
I'm not doing
next?
another vision board, so there.
All right. So juggling will be, we'll record that January 8th. And then the next week is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and we have another break. And I will be.
What else is it, Mer?
Oh, it's also Jess's birthday. Jess, are you sharing your age? She's going to be 40 years old on January 15th. That's so exciting. Welcome. You're almost there. We'll welcome you to the 40s club when you
am almost smart and mature as well.
So close. Oh, that's right. that'll be happy birthday, Jess. And we're taking the night off for your birthday and Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
I told everybody they get the day off work for my birthday. You're
Oh,
welcome.
that was awful nice of you, Jess.
Also
So,
MLK, because he's a pretty amazing person.
yeah, MLK rocks. RIP. Um, the weekend, that weekend though, leading up to Martin Luther King Jr. Day, my boyfriend, Marky Mark, you may have heard me talk about him from time to time. Mark and I will be in Florida with our kids. We're going to have Hoko family weekend swimming with the manatee. So that's exciting. We're going to go swim with manatees. And I'm thinking that it might be the perfect place to practice my kite flying skills because that's what we're recording about the following week, January 22nd. Kite flying.
Mur, do you remember when we had a manatee weekend and Ben and I went out to whatever that beach is there, Crystal River, and there were like these giant like trilobites in the fog that like somebody was flying these giant kites, like 4 or 5 of them, and it was
Wow.
like super foggy and misty, and it looked like aliens were invading or something.
I love
And
that.
they were so scary. We were just like, what is happening right now? We finally realized they were like kites, but they were shaped like trilobites, so it was scary.
That is crazy and fun.
Tracy, that'll be a recording that we will do while we're together.
Oh, you
Yeah.
guys can fly a kite in St. Croix together before that
Yeah.
Oh
episode.
yeah, good
That'll be
trade winds.
interesting. Yeah.
So
We'll
I
have to
do
hold each other down.
know that you can buy kites on Amazon. Obviously, you can buy kites, you can buy anything on Amazon. But and I probably will buy one because they're not very expensive. But also, I am going to try my hand at making a kite and seeing how that goes.
Tracy, maybe we can order some kits to make kites, and we can make our kite while we're there.
Some kite kits. You want to get kite kits?
They
Kite
sell them on Amazon.
I already bought some balls on Amazon. They're on their way and will be here on the 13th. So I'm gonna look on Amazon and see if they've got kite kits.
You know they do.
Kite kits.
If we were organized at all, we might put a link on our page or something to kites under the Siren Soapbox account, but I'm not setting it up. So
In reality,
yeah,
everyone can Google kite kits
and find them themselves. It'll be fine.
or Yahoo them if you prefer, but I'll just
Or go to your local toy store and support a local business if you hate Amazon and large companies. There is a really cool toy store here in Cincinnati that I always forget about, and I might actually go check them out and see if they have kites.
You know what kills me about that whole idea, and maybe someday someone can help me understand it, is that Amazon started small.
Yeah.
Like at what point do we decide that a company is the enemy just because they were a success? Like you can only be
Right.
successful to a certain point before you're big company and people say really negative things about you. As long as you say small, you're okay.
Yeah. I don't know the answer to that, Tracy, but that's a good philosophical question.
All I know is
It's-
I'm really sorry, but when I want something, I can just pick up my phone and I can have it here tomorrow. So it's hard to argue with that.
Yeah.
Same. I don't have that many small businesses. I do try to support local because it's local, but not because I have any bad feelings about big companies because they were just guys people who started really small and were really successful. So why we got to cancel them and hate them?
Yeah.
And that is a dragon kite. Look at that dragon kite.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I mean, to be clear, I'm not anti-big business either. I work for a very large bank. Yay, big business.
There's an orca kite, guys.
Ooh, I
Oh,
might have
what
to get
in-
that one.
Is there a turtle kite?
Stand by.
You know there is. Tracy's like, I don't need to make a kite. I just need to buy that turtle kite.
alter it. I'll add some more because I do know that the tails on a kite really do help keep it under control in heavy winds.
See,
And
I heard that recently, and I had no idea that that tail was so pivotal. There it
yeah,
is.
that's what I need. I need that guy.
Oh, add to cart.
Buy with one click.
So here's the thing about kite flying. Have you ever, so I have flown a lot of kites, and it's just to me, it's just like in life where you have something and it's going, everything's going great, it's going up, and you're all excited. And then at some point you realize you got to get that thing back down and wind up all that stream. Like there's that moment when you realize, oh, this went way further than I ever planned for it to. Just like in life. Like now I gotta get that back.
I have some very so I have memories of having kites as a child. So in my home, my parents weren't very involved in our lives. So we would get things like a kite that you'd have to assemble before you could go out and fly it. And nobody helped us assemble this shit. So we were just like would half-ass it. We're not reading directions. We're 5. And we never ever could get a kite off the ground. So,
Really?
oh yeah, because nobody would help me. I was too little. I didn't know.
Well,
So,
at 5, I get it. But
oh,
in
it's probably older than
reality,
5, but I
it's
was a kid.
probably why you're such a strong and smart person now. We help kids way too much. Kids need to figure some stuff out on their own.
Yeah, that's a good point. I am
It's
struggling right
probably why
now.
you're so amazing.
I'm struggling with my 18-year-old daughter right now, not doing enough for herself. So
Mhm.
I don't think she
So
listens to our show, but if she does, Kenzie, I love you. Get your driver's license.
At my school, it's on every single person's job description. Do not do for a kid what he or she can do for him or herself.
I love that.
It's on the job description. It's hard.
It is
That's really
hard.
hard.
When I started teaching scuba diving, the hardest thing for me was to not like reach in and just help somebody do something. Like you can't really help somebody clear their mask, but I don't know if they were having a hard time getting their regulator during the reg recovery. It was really hard for me to not just help them do it.
Mhm.
It was the hardest lesson I think I had to learn as a teacher.
Yeah, because helping them rarely helps them.
I could order this and have it here for the Tuesday before you get here.
Sweet.
Shall I
I
order
love
it?
this plan. Yes.
I've just sent it to the website
Yes.
right now. It's 40
I
by,
don't,
it says it's 40
yeah,
by
then
50. It's about 40 by 50 inches.
Okay.
Maybe the 3 of us, Jess, I wish you were coming to Cincinnati for Christmas, but maybe the 3 of us can go fly a kite together on December 26th.
You know what, Mer? Go fly a kite.
Yeah, I think I will. So how about that?
When I think about flying a kite, I think about Charlie Brown.
I think about Mary Poppins.
I think about Charlie Brown, all of those cartoon strips with him and that damn kite.
I
That-
still think about the moment I realized I had to get it back down.
I don't know that I have flown a, I don't remember when I've flown a kite.
Huh.
It's been a very long time for me. I think the last one I remember was at Carillon Park in Dayton with the big bell tower. But I think I'm gonna have to find somewhere with like an open field that's like inland because I don't want it to go out of control and end up in the ocean.
Yeah, you
I
don't
would feel
wanna,
very, very bad.
yeah, you don't want to.
It is the thing. That's what I'm telling you. The wind, once the wind gets it, have you ever fought the wind?
No, I'm telling you, I have never, first of all, never gotten a kite in the air. Second of all, I've never fought the wind. I've never experienced anything more than a thunderstorm as far as wind is concerned. But I know that wind makes tornadoes and hurricanes, and that shit is devastating.
So I have gotten friction burns on my fingers from the string. Like as the kite goes, once it gets up high enough, the wind will totally take it. And that's when it hits you.
Can I just point out that at Christmas time when we're all here and we could go fly kite together, it's going to be yucky weather.
How do you know what's going to be like in 2
Because
weeks,
it's
Sarah?
gray and cold and yucky.
Why are you
You know, I
predicting
forget about
ugly?
that.
Because it just always is around here. I'm a good. Do you want me to order this, Tracy, so it's here when you get here?
Yeah, and I'm
Yes.
gonna need extra string.
How many times do we have to say yes?
Extra
Extra
string.
string. Yeah.
Stand by.
Hold please.
Is that an option?
All right, so that's going to be January 22nd, the last Monday in
Wait,
January. Oh,
one
sorry.
second.
Oh, sorry.
Dino, if we go fly kites when we're in Cincinnati, do you want your own kite?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
duh.
we need 2 kites. What do you want yours to be shaped like? Mine's a turtle.
I don't care.
He wants
I
a
don't want an alligator.
He wants a mystery surprise kite.
Get him a
if
dragon.
you- So if you'll order us 2 kites and 2 extra rolls of string, I'll Venmo you some of the monies.
I guess I should order a freaking kite too then, huh?
Dragon
Or
kite.
make one.
Or a kite kit.
Yeah. So
There
that's
is a supersized 3-headed dragon 3D. You guys will
That
never
sounds
I
intense.
say,
back home. You guys are gonna have to check bags to get these home.
they're staying with you, Sarah. Are you kidding? You guys are getting kite kits for the island.
okay, I have to tell you that even as an adult, up until I moved here, even after I moved here, I've almost always had a kite. In fact, I had little tiny, what's that fat, like nylon that tents are made out of, whatever tents are made out of.
Yeah.
I had little kites that would fold up into this little tiny thing that fit in my purse. And I used to carry 2 kites in my purse with
Oh,
me all the
fun.
time.
I am so
Yeah.
not surprised by this. Do you guys want to be in my Be Real?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hold on. All right. All right. Done. You guys are amazing.
Yeah, we are.
What else?
Um,
Oh,
right.
wait. This kite needs adult supervision.
oh.
Oh.
Well,
I better
what's Ben
cancel
doing?
that
Maybe,
order.
no, maybe Ben can come.
Ben, her 16-year-old son.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like this.
You could be more mature than us.
All right. So then I was thinking for the last Monday in January, maybe that's our book club episode. Do you think we could get our books done by then?
Oh,
I think
I'm sorry.
I say that we set that as the goal, but make it a flexible goal. So if we are getting close to that date and we don't think we're going to have all the books read, then we'll just push it back a week or 2. What do you guys think?
yeah,
I should be able to get this
plan
one
it
done
and
soon.
we can flex it.
Okay. All right. So that's what's coming up, friends. So we have a 150-year-old recipe, at least 150-year-old recipe. We have juggling, we have kite flying, and we have our book club.
So there's an
Episode.
app I recently downloaded, but I haven't played with yet, that we should all look at and decide if we want to do it someday. It's called the Me Plus Daily Routine Planner. Me Plus. If you just Google Me Plus app, it'll pop up.
Daily routine planner.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to do an episode about this one day, or do you just want us to use the app?
So maybe you just look at it and see what you think. If everybody likes it, then we could consider doing an episode about it. If not, then no big deal.
Okay.
I'm still looking at kites. So I agree with whatever you're saying.
I was texting Mark back, so I agree with whatever you say too.
Whatever it is.
I don't usually text people during our episodes. I don't know why I did that. Sorry about that. It's because he's so damn cute, man. He just deserves
I
a
think that's what it
response.
is.
Mark, 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 Mark.
Mark. All right, me plus. I assume the plus sign. Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah, it's a plus sign.
Now, question,
So
have you been using this app?
No. So I
Oh.
play this game. I play a game, and as part of the game, sometimes you can watch an advertisement
To
to
get
get
more lives.
prizes. Yes, yeah.
Oh.
And so this one keeps popping up. It's not really more lives, but it's gems or whatever in the game. And this one keeps popping up, and it was tempting me each time. And so today or yesterday, I just went ahead and downloaded it. And I thought, I wonder if anyone else would want to do this. Also, flashback to the past. Today, I started a mile a day for 30 days again. And that's a challenge that came about from our Struggle Runner episode. And sorry, you started it too, right?
Yep, I sure did.
Yeah, I got your picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
then-
exciting. I have not started a 30-day routine, but I am not going to run a mile a day, but I do want to pick a 30-day routine that I'm going to do challenge with you guys.
And then I have 3 friends from the island, 2 of whom no longer live on the island, that are doing a mile a day for 30 days.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
So you got a bunch of people doing a mile a day with you. That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, and Dino's doing it too, but he's
Oh.
starting tomorrow, I think.
Sweet. Now, is everybody running, or are there going to be some walkers in there?
Yeah, everybody's doing their own thing. Like you come up with your own rules. I do a walk run, and my rule is that if I skip a day, I start back at day 1.
Mhm.
And that's what I have to do to motivate myself on days that I don't want to run.
Yeah.
And it's win-win. If I start over, it just means that I do a mile a day for more than 30 days, which is also a good thing. I've just been really sedentary and I felt the need to do something, and challenges help me.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, you are a fan of challenges. That's one of my favorite things about you. There's so many favorite things about you. All right. So if everybody else is doing a mile a day, maybe I will do a mile a day also. I'm just going to have to suck it up and do it in the cold. I do walk a mile a day, but it's a half mile to
There's
work
not
and a half mile back.
there's not a place downtown that's inside that you could walk a mile a day.
Well, the Skywalk is not as long as it used to be. The Skywalk has most of it's closed now. So there is a portion of it that is still open from Fountain Square to like the Great American Building, which is about 5 blocks away. But I could walk that back and forth several times until it's a mile.
Yeah.
I bet it would only be like up and back twice.
Right.
And it would be a mile, maybe even, I don't know, maybe just one lap. If it's a half mile to the Great American Building, then maybe I'll try that tomorrow. I'll see what it is tomorrow.
Okay.
That's a good idea, Tracy. All right. Well, we have lots of fun stuff coming up. I will put all of these things in the show notes. So if you fellow explorers want to follow along with us, you'll know what we're doing. Check out our website. It's not been updated recently, but I do have a break coming up and I'm planning to do some updating to the website this month in December. Oh, actually, by the time you listen to this episode, it might be updated. So go check that out. I will post a blog post about all the things that are coming up. And yeah, thanks for spending your time with us. Sirens, thank you for recording with us tonight. I am really, which is the episode you're looking forward to the most, do you think?
The book club.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to the book club, but I think juggling is going to be way fun. And now that I'm all into the kites, I'm really into that one too. So
Me too, actually. Yeah.
Kite flying is one I'm looking forward to the most. I can't wait to do that.
I'm excited to cook with Ben this weekend.
Oh yeah, that's going to be
Nice.
fun. All right. Well, if you want more Siren Soapbox than your mind can handle, check us out on Patreon. We got lots of bonus not episodes, but bonus content out there for you. And, it's all the Siren Soapbox you could possibly hope for. But if a monthly subscription is not your thing, just share this episode with somebody that you love. And there's no better way to express your love than sharing an episode of a podcast. So, I mean, win-win, right?
Wow.
All right, girls, until next time. And you fellow explorers, until next time, dive in, stay curious, and be happy. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Siren Soapbox, and a special thank you to C Strings for providing our music. Snag their latest EP from iTunes today. Follow the Sirens on all the social medias, and don't forget to tell your friends about us. Like and subscribe wherever you listen to your podcasts. We'll catch you next time on another episode of Siren Soapbox.